Ernest Simmons was back in jail on January 20th, 2011, for allegedly making death threats to a man who was seeing his girlfriend. Marie Dorrego was there to get an interview with the defense.
Like they teach you in basic criminal law, we don't punish the criminal thought, we punish the criminal act.
She was also there to get an interview with the prosecution.
Well, we've set forth our position, and we believe that this does constitute assaultive behavior.
I think that the case law, quite frankly, forced the judge to rule in our favor. However, he continued it to let them maybe present some more evidence. I don't know if they have any more evidence or not, but as it stands now, I think we have a winner.
In other words, we're coming back on the 2nd of February. I really can make no comments on what's happened so far, other than to say the hearing will resume on the 2nd.
Marie Dorrego and Rob Cathers went to the Just for Jesus shelter in Brookway, PA. They went to sit down and talk to Ernest about his limited freedom. They also wanted to talk to him about getting off death row and the crimes he had committed before he went to prison. From the Innocence Institute article, founder of the shelter, Jack Windsor, said protesters outside the shelter were, quote, chaotic for the first week of Simmons' arrival. Ernest admits to robbing 2 elderly women and how he did his time for it.
I robbed 2 elderly people.
Right.
I was convicted. I got 7 and 15 for it.
Right.
Gave them their time fair and square.
Right.
I was wrong.
Ernest explains how if the cops think you did something, they'll get you even if you did or didn't do it.
If they got something on you, hook or crook, they're not letting you go.
Simmons was paroled to Johnstown in 1991, where 6 months later he found the dead body of Joseph Burrick. 2 months later, he was suspected of the murder of Anna Nays. Simmons claims that it was impossible for him to have done this because of the schedule of his day.
It's funny how that situation there, right, could have made a big difference in my case, because there was a time factor with this. And I said, well, wait a minute. If this lady was beaten that severely, it took time to do that, first of all. It's just like ain't nobody walked in there and took a stick and poked her or something like that. Whoever did that had to do some time.
The murder trial was short, and Simmons did not seem that this was right.
3 days.
3 days. And then
It started on a Monday. No, check that. It started on a Tuesday. It was done Friday morning. The jury took a break. They came back Friday evening, and it took them about 3 hours to convict me.
Simmons was convicted in 1993 of murder and robbery and sentenced to death. In 2004, with the help of the Innocence Institute, it was found out that Margaret Cobaugh had repeatedly lied on the witness stand for the trial. In 2009, police took blood tests trying to link Simmons with the Nays murder, but failed to connect the evidence.
I'd have been just satisfied. Okay, look, we made a mistake. No problem, man. I'm gone. You got 18 years out of me, and you just I'm paying you.
Simmons agreed to make a deal, and on New Year's 2009, agreed to plead guilty to third-degree murder.
I wanted to, get my name cleared. I wanted to take the trial. See, because all the slandering, everything that they did to me, I wanted to throw this right back in their faces.
Simmons jokes about how much DNA they took for the trial, and makes a joke about O.J. not having to take any.
I took more DNA than O.J. did. And O.J. ain't take none.
Simmons feels that the people in the town are after him, and how he has to wear his GPS, and he, quote, says he can't win.
It's just like I can't win. I just can't win. I can't go back to Harrisburg, to live with my family.
Simmons explains no matter what the people in the town do, he's there to stay.
But I'm not going nowhere.
Though he's only been out of jail for a few weeks and has limited freedom, he's still enjoying it. In the article from the Innocence Institute, he said that the feeling of being out of jail is unexplainable. And, quote, "Everybody asks me if it's hit me. I don't know what it's supposed to feel like when it hits you. I have yet to have a frown on my face."
I just know that I haven't had I've been out 3 weeks and 2 days, and I've yet to have a frown on my face. It's good to wake up in the morning, you know, your cheeks up to your eyeballs.
In a follow-up piece to the January 20th trial, writer Marie Durago tells us the future of Ernest Simmons. Simmons was sentenced a minimum of 6 months and a maximum of 10 years, which is the length of the rest of his probation. I had the chance to sit down with Marie and talk to her about her feelings on Simmons being back in jail.
Of course, it is always disappointing to find that someone we've worked years to get out of prison is back in prison. But what we have to remember is that we represent the truth, and whatever the story is, that's what we write.
In 6 months, Simmons will appear before the board, and what comes after that is uncertain. But having a life on trial is never easy.
I just want to be Ernie, man.